Welcome back everybody, Next Gen Games here, and welcome to the Thymesia Ultimate Guide. Now the first thing we're going to look at is the health mechanic. So there are basically two health bars. Let's read what the tips say at the beginning of the game. So it says use R1 to perform a saber attack. And saber attacks deal damage to the enemy and leave wounds on them. Wounds are temporary and will heal after a short period if no more damage is inflicted. When the enemy's health and wounds are both to 0, they will become dazed. Approach a dazed enemy and use R1 to finish them off. So how this translates into gameplay, you're going to want to open up the encounter with your saber attacks and reveal the green bars, and then do claw attacks to prevent them from healing. And once both their white bars and green bars is down, you'll be able to do a critical strike and kill the enemy. The next skill you're going to want to master is the feather counter attack. So when an enemy is flashing green, they're about to do a critical strike. So you must wait till the last second and throw a feather with L2 if you're using a PlayStation. That will stop their critical strike, do a lot of damage, and on top of that give you an opportunity to retaliate with strikes of your own. After doing a saber combo for a certain amount of hits, you're going to hear this sound. At this point, you need to dodge to the side because your combo is over and the enemy is about to retaliate. Now let's talk about the Reaver weapons. Now if you charge your claw attack, you're able to steal the enemy's Reaver weapon for a one-time use. But as you kill more of them, you'll find these little blue shards on the floor, and this will allow you to level up those Reaver weapons and use them permanently. Now let's take a look at the menu and how you spend your memory shards. So strength will increase your attack damage and the amount of wounds you deal to the enemy. Vitality is health, obviously, and plague will actually increase your claw damage and your energy. Now you need a lot of energy to use Reaver weapons. So then we're going to look at the other option, which is the unlock talents. You're going to get 1 talent point every time you level up, so you can increase skills with your saber, with your deflect, your dodge, your claw. One thing you're really going to want to level up is probably your saber at the beginning. You can straight up increase the amount of damage it does just with a few points. Another skill you're going to want to unlock right away is the quick hit claw combo. It'll allow you to hit with the claw multiple times instead of having to charge it in one hit. Another useful skill to acquire very early on is something that allows you to get health and energy back every time you do an execution. So that'll be very useful as you're going through mobs of smaller enemies. It'll mean that you won't need to heal as often. Now let's take a look at a fight against an elite enemy so we can put into practice everything we've learned. So a good way to start the fight is with a Reaver weapon. It does a lot of damage and inflicts wounds right away. Then what you're going to want to do is use your saber attacks, but change to claws very often, because if you just use the saber attacks, he's going to start to heal. So play aggressively, look for opportunities, and keep the pressure on. It's very important in alternating between the saber and the claws to maximize the amount of damage and to make sure that the wounds don't heal. So just keep on the pressure, dodge appropriately, and you should be fine to defeat those elite enemies. So thanks for watching everybody. I'll have a guide up very soon on the first boss because I know he's very difficult and some people out there will have a hard time with him. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me.